Barefoot Cavalry, barefootcavalry.com. The Intercept, posted June 26, 2018 by Yojack454. The Intercept was front and center on Drudge today, an article on the NSA's hidden spy hubs in 8 U.S. cities. Concrete monoliths were built to withstand earthquakes and nuclear explosions. We have known about them for quite a while, especially the cozy relationship between AT&T and the building in New York City, which the NSA has maintained with AT&T. AT&T's history is very much tied to the Forbes family. William Hathaway Forbes, president of the Bell Telephone and father of Cameron Forbes, grandfather of John F. Kerry, who are very much tied to United Fruit, the railroads, and the imperial period of Americanism in the latter days of the 1800s. Cameron Forbes was principal in governing the Philippines, where he ran a certain army officer who became an icon for all militaristic young men prior to, during, and after World War I, leading up to World War II. When General Pershing came home to a ticker-tape parade from the war to end all wars, World War I, he was whisked away from the public to spend a month with Mr. Cameron Forbes. Unbeknownst to the public, he had saved the Forbes estate in France, where the Forbes had become rich in the 1800s building railroads there. Prior to attending school in the United States with Robert Swan Mueller III, have you ever seen his name in print like that? He's an elitist. Attended school in Switzerland with General Pershing's grandson. Have you ever heard of the Pershing Fund? John Forbes Curry, skull and bonesman, considers himself a citizen of the world rather than a U.S. citizen. You may recall United Fruit built railroads in Central America which the citizens of those countries had no control over and were basically precluded from using them because they were designed to make money. Any thoughts of the citizens of Central America making money were not in the minds of the principals of United Fruit. Fast forward to the time when this large slug, John Forbes Curry, was U.S. Secretary of State. He declared the Monroe Doctrine to be no longer in effect, as a wave of socialism was whipped up by Acorn International and the Tides Foundation, which have been shown to be one and the same. This was to coincide with the illustrious presidency of one Hillary Clinton, who cannot even be considered in the slug category. She's much lower. This wave of socialism has come north and seeks to join the blue wave of Antifa, BLM, and the Communist Party of the USA, formerly led by Earl Browder, whose grandson, William Felix Browder, was the impetus for the Sergei Leonidovich Magnitsky's death in Russia, which has become the DNC Democrat Party. To better understand this, we must realize that the rich people of the world whose families have been working together for centuries do not mind living under communism as long as they are the masters and continue to receive a 30% return on their money year in and year out. They are not a multitude, but they own the movement for population reduction. These elites only need a few thralls and breeders. Hollywood has been on this game since before the 1950s, producing movies along these lines. If you really wish to learn about the connection, please research on your own, but especially be mindful of Aaron Russo, who was approached by the Rockefellers to become part of the New World Order. He revealed this in videoed interviews before he died of cancer. Want to know why the NSA has these buildings in America? Well, telephony is only 142 years old. Patent number 174,465, issued on March 7, 1876. But when Alexander Graham Bell was brought to Boston to work on his technology, the Forbes had their hands all over it. They were agents of the Rothschilds. Lynn Forrester, a baby boomer from New Jersey, made her way into the ground floor of cell phone technology and moved to Europe, where she immersed herself in wireless communications. It was a good move. She was to become Lady de Rothschild after marrying Sir Evelyn Robert Adrian, the Rothschilds. This lady is a rabid supporter of Hillary Clinton. If you are wondering why there is so much spying going on in the telecommunications industry, you must realize human operators are no longer there to listen in and pass on your information to intelligence masters. This is exactly what Aristotle Onassis did in Argentina when he was an overseas telephone operator for a British telephone company. He would pick up a call and plug it into a hole, which led to an overseas cable, which in turn would be picked up by another operator who may or may not have been listening, like Aristotle. Aristotle Onassis and Winston Churchill both drank on his yacht, the Christina, in Churchill's last days. When you make many people rich, say like Harvey Weinstein, even sluggish behavior gets a pass in high society. Back to Russia and Uranium One. Oh, excuse me. Has anyone heard anything about Uranium One? No. It's now a Russia investigation. These new communists of the DNC ilk rushed into the collapsed Soviet Union to make a buck, but also to save communism from itself. They went into Russia and the first thing they did was buy up and control the newspapers. You have to own the media.